All right, here we go. Let's hop in. So you've read the title and you're probably fairly intrigued as to what I'm actually referring to. And this was going to be a sit-down vlog video of just me, just the camera. And I was going to basically be telling you some bad news about my life and things that have been going on. But I thought, you know what? Let's hop into some games and do an old-fashioned Rocket League cut-com because they're always fun. So essentially, I was going to make a video saying... Hello, Matt. What are you doing there, then? I guess updating you on certain things that have been happening in my life. I'm aware that everyone's going through a difficult time, and therefore, I don't want to come across as complaining. I know in a lot of ways, I'm in a very blessed position. I'm, very happy to be in the position that I'm in, but obviously that doesn't mean that my problems aren't still difficult to deal with. And the things I'm about to talk about, for the most part, will sound very first world problem-ish, and it's like, get over yourself, but at the same time, I think it's good to talk about it, so that's kind of what I'm going to be doing today. Let me know in the comments, and by leaving a like if you want to see more Rocket League cut commentaries like this, because I used to do them a lot. They're really enjoyable, and I think they're quite fun to watch. So when I wrote down the idea of just doing an update video, I'd been getting messed around left, right, and center. So it all started, let's just take it back. It all started in August, okay? And it started when I began paying rent on a house that I was going to be living in with my now ex-girlfriend, right? About 3 weeks into paying rent on that house, my ex-girlfriend and I broke up due to a very unfortunate circumstance. I had to leave her because of some naughty things she did, but that's all I'm going to say about it. And then commenced the heartbreak. This video isn't about that. But that meant that I couldn't live in the house that I was going to live in because I was just not in a good mental, emotional state. And I had to get back to my parents' house, which is where I am now. Which is very frustrating because the goal was to move into that house, get really good internet, because at the moment my internet is suspect to say the least. And I was then going to start live streaming. That was the plan. I've been mentioning the idea of live streaming for probably about a year now. But that didn't happen. I was going to come back here. And then I said in my update video, I might have to postpone live streaming until January, because I don't know what's going on. It's April now, and I still can't live stream. What is going on here? Come on now. I forgot how hard it is to play Rocket League and concentrate in a ranked situation and talk about something completely irrelevant. But if you follow along my videos, particularly my crate openings where I sort of sit down, have a chat with you lot, you may know that recently, in the middle of March... Hang on. Oh! Come on, lad! Peak. They're going to score. However... Let's go! No boost play. In the middle of March, I got the keys to my new house. And that's great. I'm going to move into my new house, going to get good internet there, and we're all fine. And then, boom! Global pandemic, lockdown initiated, move postponed. I am once again paying rent on a house that I do not live in, which is fantastic, You ever told me something I'd like to do in my life, it would be to pay rent on places that I don't live. That's 2-2. Lovely stuff. Hang on. Never mind. How on earth did he miss that? He panicked. Lad! All the work! What is going on? What is going on there? I've just saved our lives. And then this. No. No. And I get it, okay? So the world is in a pandemic. And that is an extremely, it's a testing time for everyone. It really, really is. But then... I've still, because I see Virgin Media vans out and about, I'm trying to get connection with Virgin Media like I used to have, because they do have the fastest internet speed in the UK. They offer the fastest internet speeds, and I really want to stream. That's a goal of mine. That's something that I wanted to do. And then, before I agreed to renting the house that I am going to be renting, and am currently renting, I made sure to check that Virgin Broadband could go there. And turns out it could. Happy days. I agreed to pay rent on the house. I agreed to move there. It's great. I'm excited. I get the keys. It's all well and good. And it looks like I'm going to be streaming very, very soon. And then, after agreeing to rent the house, I get the keys and everything, Virgin Media come back to me and say, actually, we can't do what we said we could. So, you're out of luck there, mate. And I'm like, really? That's just how it's going to be. I'm going to have to live at this house and still not live stream, even though the only reason I chose that house was, in fact, to live stream. Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. So I'm in the dumps about it. I can't stream. The dream is gone once again. And then that same day, I get a call by them saying, actually, we can do it. We can give you the internet you so require. And I'm like, yes, please. It is a good day. So I pay the deposit, and it looks like in, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to get contacted by my order manager, and Virgin Media are going to install internet at my new house, and then I can move there, and everything is going to be fantastic, right? That's what's going to happen. A month goes by, and I still hear nothing, and I'm like, all right, I understand it, global pandemic, I get that. I said to them, you told me that I'd be contacted in a couple of weeks, it's been a month, what's going on? I was then told, oh yeah, sorry about that, you'll be contacted in a few days with regards to what's happening. A week goes by, I contact them saying, listen, you haven't contacted me. If you said to me a month and a half ago, it's going to take us a month and a half to get back to you, I wouldn't be complaining. Stop lying to me about when you're going to contact me, basically. I then get a call on the phone, and they say, hey, we've done a look at the house, and it looks like, in order to install the service, that bear in mind I've paid the installation fee and deposit for, it might require some extra work. And I'm like, okay, I understand. Sometimes you don't quite know what's going on with the property. You might not realize that extra work needs to be done. We just won the game, which is sick. Yeah, so it's just in the small region, you know, and I'm sure this is fine, in the small region of £3,800. What? You what? £3,800. I was told on the phone that the sales rep who spoke to me a few weeks ago when I agreed to pay the deposit after they said they actually could do it at the property probably should have mentioned that. And I'm here thinking, yeah, it would have been nice to know about the £3,800 installation fee, wouldn't it? Now, in fairness, I was going to make this video saying that I had bad news and how it didn't look like I was really going to be streaming anytime soon before I found out that they could actually get the connection to the property. So now I know they can do it. It just could cost a lot of money. And this is not ideal. The lady on the phone who's told me this news says, if you haven't heard in 10 days, this was a few days ago, if you hadn't heard within 10 days of what's happening next, contact me and I'll chase them up. But you've been prioritized. I'm like, okay, 10 days. They've given me a time frame. I'll just wait 10 days. I'm then out on my morning run. Okay, I'm running on the street and I get a call because my music stops playing and I'm like, what's going on there? I'm getting a phone call. So I'm running down the street and I pick up the phone. First of all, non-scale victory. I was happy that I could pick up the phone and talk to this guy about my situation whilst running. I didn't stop. So that was quite cool. He phones me and says, yeah, I'm just at the house to do a site survey. And my new house is in like a gated area. So he couldn't actually get there. And he said, when are you going to be in? I'm like, I'm not in. I don't live there because I need a connection to live there. And he was like, oh, and he didn't say anything. And I'm thinking, why are you there? What do you want? And he said, I'm doing a site survey. And I said, do you need to go in the house? Because I was, at this point, nice shot to be fair, I was about 15 minutes away from the house, just on my running route. I could have ran to the house, but I didn't have my house keys with me, so there's nothing I could have done. I said, so do you need to go in? Like, what are you calling me for? He said, no, I just need to have a look at the house. I was like, well, do you want the code to the gate? Even though I gave it to the lady on the phone the day before, who I assumed would have handed it over to this bloke before he went out. He was like, yeah, that'll be all right. So I gave him the code, and he was like, cool. And then he left. I was like, okay. And then 15 minutes later, when I did run past my upcoming house where I'm going to live, I saw a van there. I thought, okay, they're looking at the house. They're doing their own thing. So this is probably them ascertaining what needs to be done in order to install a connection. So I just go on and go about with my day. And then I get a text, right? Oh, hello. No! I get a text from Virgin Media saying, we plan to install broadband at your house on this date. Which is, I'm going to say it, could jinx it. Something could go wrong because things always tend to go wrong. But we're going to install broadband on the 7th of May. And I'm like, yes. And in that text where they said we're going to install the broadband, there was no mention of a £3,800 installation fee. Because obviously, a little bit extortionate, slightly misrepresented in the original sales call. So, if all goes to plan, in a couple of weeks' time, I will have internet installed. This guy's got the double touches on lock. We're getting screwed this game, I won't lie. Look at that. This guy's decent. And the reason I'm positive about this one is because last time when I had the previous house that I was going to live in with my ex-girlfriend, my text from Virgin Media said, we're going to be conducting a site survey on this date from the same number. Because when I got this text yesterday, it had the old conversation of when I wanted them to install internet before. And before, they sent me a text saying, we're going to do a site survey. And that was when they came to the house. Sometimes if the site's fine, they install it on the day. But they went to that house I was going to live in and said, we can't do it because basically the wiring's screwed and we need to do a ton more stuff. We're not prepared for it. So that's great. But this time, instead of saying site survey, they said we're going to be... great. They said that we're going to be installing your broadband. So I'm guessing when the guy phoned me and I gave him the code to the gate so he could get to my house, that was the site survey. And the fact that as a result of that site survey, they're now going to be installing it on a specified date, that means that the site is able to have internet installed, which means that on the 7th, I should get my internet installed, which is amazing. And then, if it finally works, I can start moving my stuff and I can move house. And then by maybe June, for instance, I'll be settled in, I'll have internet, and then maybe the streaming dream can begin. He's going to go for it. Oh! What? I can't believe it. There we go. You're not scoring again, mate. Just steady on, Twitch. We've been screwed by a Twitch TV. I didn't think it was going to rush that. So I was going to make this video. It was going to be me sat down, essentially being a little bit, not depressed, because I mean, everyone's feeling certain moments in this lockdown, whether it's all the time or sometimes everyone is feeling tense, and I get that. But I was just going to make a video just because I felt hopeless. You know, last week I felt awful, and I have had moments. I think it was Monday night, I just cried in my bed because everything was just so hopeless. Everything was getting on top of me. Everything was really difficult. And if there's ever going to be a time where your mental health is just all over the place, I feel like lockdown is a pretty strong candidate. And I just did feel, hopeless about the whole situation. I was like, when am I ever just going to get settled and feel like myself again and be able to do what I enjoy? And finally, it feels like that's going to happen. So I'm glad I waited a couple of days before sitting down and recording this video, because it was going to be a sit down update video. I was probably going to talk more about my life, but I think the positive news the other day, I figured I'd center this video around that, but also test out a video format, because I love cutcoms. I think they're entertaining to watch, and the gameplay is a contributing factor of the video, and this Twitch TV man has really added to that with his double touches. He's scored some good goals on me, made the video look pretty cool. But I really enjoy these videos. I think it's a good way of updating, but also it's still Rocket League based, and I know you guys love Rocket League. So I just want to let you guys know I've had some dark moments in this quarantine, as I'm sure a lot of people have, and in no doubt will. But for the most part, just ruined both of them, so let's go. But for the most part, I am doing good in myself. I'm keeping fit. I'm eating healthy for the most part, but still am treating myself. I'm enjoying myself. I still love making videos, and I'm in a good place. Much better than I was a week ago, and I'm glad I waited to make this video, because now I can reflect. And I was thinking to myself on this morning, like, things have been really, really tough recently, but in the grand scheme of things, if I look long term, I'll be all right. I will be okay. I was going to make a video talking about me having a dead channel and being a dead channel and what that does to your mental state, and just addressing some of the comments I got. And I thought maybe I'd make it a sort of funny video. That Twitch guy just carried hard. He played really, really well. But I thought I'd take the negative, spin it into a positive, and just do a cut commentary update Rocket League video. And I think especially with quarantine, videos like this, I would think, are received better, because if there was a creator that I enjoyed watching, like FaZe Jev, for instance, he's someone whose cut commentaries I love watching a lot. If he made a video just talking about a situation like he often does, particularly in this time when there's less to do, I want more content to watch, I'd really enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and let me know down in the comments what you think of the format. As always, I read all the comments, of course. But that's going to do it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, as I said many times. Subscribe today to join the Pixel Army. I've been Pixel. You've been awesome. I'll see you in the next video very soon.